Well, it looked like Caitlin Clark is ringing bells yet again, this time making another exclusive list. And this is the second list that she has made this offseason. This time is dealing with Forbes' top.
So get this. Caitlin Clark just made Forbes' list of the 25 most powerful women in sports. And honestly, the WNBA is not handling it well. Forbes put her at number 4, right up there. And you can practically hear the teeth grinding across the league. What's crazy is a lot of players spent last season saying she was overrated. Yeah, that Caitlin is now number 4 in the entire country. You just know that means instant envy is in the air. How long before they actually admit she's not just a player, but the brand keeping them relevant?
But the article goes on to say Caitlin is named on Forbes America's most powerful 25 women in sports.
Forbes didn't hold back either. They straight up called her the face of a new era for women's sports. Think about it. $8 million in endorsements, TV ratings hitting record highs, and a fan base that literally crashed ticket websites multiple times. And yet, some players are still out here acting like she's just another guard. Come on. Forbes doesn't put just another guard next to legends like Serena Williams and Simone Biles. This isn't just about the money, you know? It's about pure influence. Showing up on lists usually meant for billionaires. That's a whole different level of power. She's not just changing numbers. She's shifting the entire culture.
Record-breaking college basketball career into early dominance in the WNBA. Her estimated $8 million income from her rookie season with the Indiana Fever was bolstered by big deals like Nike, Wilson, Gatorade, and signals and shift in how female athletes are being valued.
And now the reaction from the WNBA. Exactly what you'd expect. Total silence. Oh, they definitely saw that Forbes list. They just didn't say a word about it. Not even one official team account retweeted the news. And that's how you know it really stunned, because deep down they get it. Forbes is right. Caitlin Clark is literally the only reason some of those arenas had actual fans this year. She sold out games and markets that used to be empty. You'd think that would earn her some respect, right? Nah. Instead, some players are still throwing shade on social media talking about how we all bring value. Sure, but only one of you brought millions of new viewers. That's a completely different kind of value season.
It's going to be legendary, bro. It truly, truly is. It's going to be something like we never seen before. I'm calling it right now. That's how much faith I got in Cece, bro. Cece's she like that.
And Forbes didn't just put her on the list. They spelled out exactly why. They said, Caitlin basically turned her record-breaking college career into early dominance in the pros. What that means is she's already doing in one season what some players never achieve in 10. They specifically mentioned the huge brands lining up for her. Nike, Wilson, Gatorade. Look, those companies don't just throw money at nobodies. They saw what we all saw, the undeniable Caitlin effect. What's crazy is a lot of players complain about all the media coverage she gets, but now she's officially on Forbes' power list. So, good luck trying to ignore her now. Okay, so the same people who were rolling their eyes at her interviews, they're probably scrolling through that Forbes list today, desperately trying to act like they didn't see it. But they saw it. They just can't admit that the rookie who they said had too much hype is now ranked above their whole league in global influence. And the timing, that's what's really wild. This drops right as the WNBA is deep in negotiations for their CBA deal. Players are fighting for more money, a bigger revenue share, more respect. And then boom, Caitlin Clark is named one of the most powerful women on earth. You truly can't make this up. She's literally the living symbol of what the league is asking for. Yet, she's also the target of so much resentment. Commissioner Kathy Angel-Berg should be sending her flowers every single week. Seriously, without Caitlin, those TV numbers would look like a quiet Sunday afternoon. Every time she plays, the league trends. Every time she talks, headlines follow. That's not luck. That's pure star power. And now Forbes has made it official. The article straight up said, "We see the shit." Caitlin Clark represents a totally new market for women's sports where influence matters just as much as championship titles. And the funniest part, she's number 4. Only 3 people are above her, and we're talking global legends and billion-dollar brands. Then right there, Caitlin Clark. That's not just power. That's an undeniable impact. Meanwhile, you still got players tweeting cryptic stuff like media crowns who they want. Yeah, they do. And they'd pick the one who fills your stadium. Even the WNBA's PR team looks lost trying to balance. We're a team league with the fact that one player is the headline for every positive story. You just can't. So they pretend she's just one of many. But the Forbes ranking proves she's not. Caitlin Clark has crossed into mainstream celebrity status. She's out there doing golf events, charity gigs, national interviews, all without needing the league to hold her hand. That's why they're jealous, really, because she doesn't need them. They need, and the irony is her success helps everyone. When Forbes writes about her, they mention the WNBA. When she sells out arenas, everyone gets paid. But instead of celebrating her, some players act like she's the actual problem. That's what envy does. It makes you mad at the person who's genuinely helping you win. Let's be honest. The numbers don't lie. Record attendance, record merch sales, the highest WNBA viewership in history. One season, just one, and now Forbes honors her for it. That's not a fluke. It's a massive shift in power. You could feel it the moment she entered the league. Brands started writing bigger checks. TV networks were begging for broadcast rights, and suddenly everyone wanted a piece of the fever. She literally made a small market team relevant overnight. So yeah, when Forbes calls her one of the 25 most powerful women in sports, they're not just talking about basketball. They're talking about a cultural force, someone who moved women's sports forward without even asking for permission. While others are tweeting about respect, she's getting ranked next to global leaders. That's the difference between making noise and making history. After the Forbes news dropped, the reaction wasn't a wave of congratulations. It was like the quiet before a storm. Some WNBA players liked a few posts, but barely anyone said her name. That silence said absolutely everything. You can't tell me a player ranked number 4 on Forbes' list above team owners, executives, and Olympic icons shouldn't be celebrated league-wide. But it wasn't. You could practically hear the scrolling thumbs and clenched jaws. It's the same pattern every single time. Caitlin gets recognized, and suddenly everyone goes quiet. Remember when she broke viewership records? Silence. When she sold out arenas back-to-back? Silent. Now she's officially one of the 25 most powerful women in sports. And that silence is deafening. Here's the kicker. Forbes didn't base this on hype or potential. They looked at tangible results. They counted endorsement deals, media impact, and economic influence. Caitlin checked every single box. She's not just playing basketball. She's running a business empire before turning 20. She's got Nike pushing signature shoes, Wilson creating her custom basketball line, and Gatorade giving her the spotlight, usually reserved for male ATH. Meanwhile, the rest of the league is still begging the commissioner for a pay bump. That contrast is brutal. Let's be real. This Forbes list just proved what fans have been saying for months. The WNBA doesn't have a marketing problem. It has a jealousy problem because instead of capitalizing on Caitlin's success, the league keeps acting defensive. It's like they want to control the narrative instead of riding the wave. But newsflash, you can't control a cultural shift this big. Caitlin Clark is the NAR. She's the reason little girls are buying Fever jerseys. She's the reason ESPN moved games to prime time. And she's the reason you're even hearing about the WNBA outside of quick highlight clips. The Forbes article even highlighted her influence goes beyond the court. They said her success signals a shift in how female athletes are valued. That's not just a compliment. That's a huge statement. It means she's forcing brands to rethink the entire business model. But instead of celebrating her, some corners of WNBA social media are trying to downplay. You see tweets like there are more powerful women who don't get media attention. Sure, but none of them are filling 18,000-seat arenas on a Tuesday night. You can almost feel the envy bleeding through the screen. It's like they want her fame, but not her insane workload. People forget how much pressure Caitlin carries every single game. She's not just trying to win. She's carrying the league's image on her back, and she's still expected to smile through it while others take shots at her. Remember when she got criticized for not celebrating, and then for celebrating too much? That's how you know she's living rent-free in everyone's head. Now at a Forbes ranking on top of that, and boom, the jealousy is at full throttle. It's funny how the WNBA loves to talk about growing the game until someone actually does. Then suddenly it's a problem. Caitlin Clark is literally the growth they've been begging for. She's a walking answer to every marketing question the league ever had. But instead of learning from her, some folks are too busy counting her brand deal. And let's not pretend this Forbes list doesn't sting, because it's not just about fame. It's about deep influence. Forbes just made it official that Caitlin has more pull in the sports industry than most executives. She's shaping sponsorship trends, fan engagement, and even broadcast deal. Forbes said it plain. Caitlin Clark's presence in professional basketball has shifted how fans and brands view women's sports. Translation: she's not part of the system. She is the system. Even Adam Silver indirectly admitted it recently. He said, WNBA players will get more money this collective bargaining cycle, and they deserve it. Translation: thank Caitlin Clark. Her name is the reason sponsors and networks even care about the SE. Let's not forget the same WNBA that ignored her for weeks after the draft is now using her face in every single promo video. Funny how that works. A year ago, she was just another player. Now, she's number 4 on Forbes' most powerful list. That's the definition of poetic justice. And you know what makes it even better? She's doing it all without drama. No beef, no ego, no messy quotes. Just pure performance, discipline, and consistency. That's what really drives people crazy. She doesn't have to scream for attention. It finds her natural while other players are out here subweeding. Caitlin's out here rewriting history, building a legacy brick by brick, endorsement by endorsement, record by record. If you really think about it, this Forbes recognition isn't just a trophy for her. It's a blueprint for the future. It shows every young athlete that if you combine skill, marketing sense, and humility, you can build your own empire. No gatekeepers needed. That's why the envy hits so hard. Caitlin Clark didn't wait for the WNBA to hand her a spotlight. She brought her own, and it's not going anywhere. The Forbes list just confirmed what everyone already knew, but some people refuse to say out loud. The WNBA needs Caitlin Clark way more than she needs them. Fans love her because she's real. Brands love her because she's consistent. And media loves her because she moves number. That's the ultimate trio of power. So yeah, when Forbes named her one of the 25 most powerful women in the world, it wasn't just a title. It was a reality check for the players still pretending she's overhyped, for the execs who undervalued her, and for every critic who thought her fame would fade. Surprise! She's only getting bigger. Caitlin Clark just made Forbes' list of the 25 most powerful women in the world, and the WNBA can't hide their envy. Love her or hate her, she's carrying the league to places it's never been.